Greetings, African people. Genuine speaking. Today we're going to talk about some of the things we do in our community that we need to really throw out. I'm going to look at the church today. Some years ago, I visited a church. And after I went there, I kept going back for one reason and one reason only, that they were keeping it real. I've been to so many black churches, and honestly, after a while, I felt disgusted at what I saw, because you would have these black people jumping and railing and screaming and shouting in church week after week after week, and they were praying to God to deliver them. The same people every week would be running up to the altar, casting themselves down in front of the altar and praying and crying and begging God for money and for, healing and whatever. And they were not being healed. They were not receiving these things that they were asking for. And they would go there week after week. And even the most broke black person who would take their grocery money and deliver it to the pastor, who would take it and, put it in his brand new, luxury vehicle and his big mansion and send off his children to some fancy, college or school. Meanwhile, the black people there were always staying on their knees, always crying. And when they hear the mention of money, they would be in tears and speaking in tongues. Nonsense in our community. Yeah, we're like buffoons. Take a look at this and you will see what I mean. This is a typical scenario in a lot of black churches week after week after week. And as we make a buffoon of ourselves, we watch our lives falling apart day after day. This church that I attended was predominantly Asian, white, and a few blacks. And I liked it because the pastor would tell stories about how his week would be. He would tell you about how he struggled with anger issues. He would talk about how he struggled with, money problems. And he kept it very real. I remember once he told us that he was at a camp and he behaved so badly at the camp. And on his way home, he was involved in a road rage. And when he was writing the sermon to preach, he's like, who am I kidding? I'm not even righteous. I'm not good. I liked his honesty and I kept going there. I volunteered there for a little while too. Black people need to start keeping it honest. When you look at these individuals doing this in church, it's no different from when we were slaves, dancing at massa feet, trying to entertain, our masters. Who are we entertaining here? Wish God in heaven expect us to do this, and what rewards are there in it for us? So I am not defined by any of these strange behaviors. Really now. We gotta stop it. Yes, why don't we teach the next generation the buffoonery? Yeah. Keep us all in bondage, people. Wow. Wow. That's what happens to us when we keep up with these nonsense. We just start looking like the mannequin challenge. Lost ourselves.